Hello everyone. Aliens, Netflix British dramas, and everything Cuba Gooding Jr. radio. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect summer movie, but Professor Alvarez accidentally added an extra ingredient into the concoction, chemical Prometheus. Thus, Alien Romulus was born. Alien Romulus follows the story of Rain, played by Kaylee Spaney. After growing tired of being stuck on a physical labor force planet with her dysfunctional robot that everyone on the planet just hates and bullies, searching for a better life, Rain and a group of her ragtag labor force companions decide to go and raid an empty vessel ship in hopes of finding supplies that would help them escape to the next star system. Now, I'm going to discuss this movie by its 3 different acts, because I feel like there is actually a decent fan film within this movie. It is just heavily avalanche buried within the director's ego. Act 1 basically being 40 minutes of boring exposition told by very unlikable characters who had such heavy accents I honestly didn't know what they were saying most of the time. Act 2 being where the movie truly begins, in my opinion. Right as you're starting to forget what this movie was ever supposed to be about, they finally introduce the facehuggers, they start referencing the first movie, a total overhaul of aliens. And this is where the movie shines. Even if only for 20 or 30 minutes, this is where you get the most mystery, you get to watch the characters struggling with information that you know and they don't, and this part has some of the most tense scenes of the movie, heavily utilizing the facehuggers as a concept. Now, I would like to take a brief moment to discuss something that I definitely noticed throughout the movie. I don't know if it's because of my corn addiction, but I noticed a very strange sexualization of the aliens. Now, if I recall from the first movie, the facehuggers would basically use a human body as an incubator for their babies. It seemed like a much more animalistic, parasitic way of survival than anything else. Whereas in this movie, they are trying to fuck. There's one scene in particular where they escape a horde of the facehuggers just for one to jump onto the window right behind them as it literally helicopter swains its dick. They are on a mission in this movie, and it is to get that ol' hawk. They also decide in this movie that adult xenomorphs need to pop out of giant vagina eggs with clitorises and all. This part particularly didn't make sense to me, for they talk about how it's the perfect specimen, the perfect hunter the whole movie, but then it needs to molt its skin and then immediately jump into an egg and then immediately hide after that? Sounds like a pussy to me. Alright everybody, spoiler alert, for we are about to jump into the 3rd act of this movie and truly where it jumps the shark. In a stunning twist of events, the robot from the first Alien movie, who the crew has been talking to throughout the film, has been extracting black goo from the appendages of the facehuggers. Now, this black goo is the same black goo from the Prometheus movies, this being the director's attempt to canonize every single Alien property to ever come out at once. I genuinely thought that it was going to be a twist at the end, or maybe even an end credits scene that one of the crewmates was going to create the first ever Predator because of it. And although I did feel like I felt an appreciation towards the Alien franchise throughout the movie, an $80 million budget and distribution from 20th Century Fox, a fan film does not make. Which is why I give this movie an official, maybe check it out if you're not familiar with the series. It could be a decent thriller for you, but if you know the Alien franchise, it's a stinker out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys.